Now let's queer up the USA view. Kansas Library removes let's get that right, removes LGBTQ plus books to keep Lease. In an alarming development for the LGBTQ plus community in Kansas, the public library in the city of St. Mary's has removed all youth-oriented LGBTQ plus books from its shelves. A compromise so the library may secure its lease for another year. This decision was in response to pressure from St. Mary's City Commission. Under influence by the anti-LGBTQ religiously affiliated group named Society of St. Pius X, City Commissioner Gerard Kleinsmith had been particularly vocal in this debate, expressing his desire to terminate the library's lease due to the inclusion of transgender inclusive literature, which he derogatorily refers to as garbage. Despite claiming to oppose censorship, Kleinsmith and other commissioners, all members of the Society of St. Pius X, have made it clear that their religious views heavily influence their decisions regarding the library's content. Moreover, St. Mary's Mayor Matthew Childs, known for formulating a morals clause for the city's public library lease and his opposition to LGBTQ plus materials in the library, recently lost his bid for a seat on the USD 321 Kaw Valley School Board. His defeat in the school board election, where he campaigned against the inclusion of LGBTQ plus content in educational settings, reflects the ongoing cultural and political tensions in the region. And I have to say, you know, this story got added on because it was that important that we have this conversation. And you know, I repeated the beginning part because I'm thinking library is where we go for books. Mm-hmm. And to say like a library is removing books just seems completely insane to me. Mm-hmm. I looked up this group, St. Anthony's Pius X, and they are an unofficial and not recognized part of the Catholic Church that was started by some guy on his own who just decided to make his own little group. And then start pushing their own personal hateful rhetoric. The thing that bothers me the most, and we talked about this a little bit earlier, is that these books are so important to our youth. Dealing with youth suicide and self-esteem and all these different issues. I work in healthcare. You know, we want to help, we want to support. And that's what the books are there for. Why this is so offensive to people, right? To help and support children, it's just, I just don't know.
When I was a little gay boy, which not that long ago, I went to the library and looked up the first book that said the word gay I could find. And it sort of not informed me, but it let me know like, oh, these feelings that I have are normal because people are writing about it, and it normalized that feeling. And it's going to be a great disservice to the young people in that area who don't have literature like this, which I don't think they have that much. They're not going to feel normalized because they don't have actual literature to read. I know they assume everybody's on TikTok nowadays, but like sometimes you just need like a tangible book to hide under your bed from your parents when you're just young and like still discovering yourself. Like, is this what I am? Oh, I'm not a freak. Okay, work.
Right.
So that's going to be a huge disservice.
I think the proponents of these bans know deep down that this is not going to change anybody. They just want us to go back into the closet or not come out in the first place. So they think by withholding that information, it's going to make people not out and not proud.
And I think in the world of social media today, these 12 books, let's get that right, 12 books that they took off the shelf, and all of the taxpayers' money that they're using to have all these meetings, all these votes, over 12 books. The children can just go on social media and find that information. It's not like they're stopping anything.
Right. Yeah.
And if I read correctly, this particular library has 7 other locations, and it was a great compromise because all they really have to do, if they want those books for transgendered youth, is get it from one of their other locations and have it sent there, and they said that they could get it within 24 hours.
It's amazing.
So they're not stopping anything. It's completely ridiculous.
What's really bothering me is this sort of narrative and move that it has been seen across the country, because we just learned that New York, the New York City mayor, is now shutting down the libraries on the weekend. Like, the only time that children have to go to the library, or most people have to go to the library, he's shutting those down. And now we have books being removed from actual libraries. Like, that, if that doesn't undercut or really speak to what is going on in this country and that we have a real problem. I used to think that that movie that Michael B. Jordan played in, Fahrenheit 9/11, where they were burning all the books, I was like, this is a stupid movie. Why do they make something like this? And now it's happening.
Right.
Like, it's literally happening in front of our eyes, where books are being banned. It's like the stupid police are now taking over America.
Well,
It's the first step of fascism. Is to
And they don't look like
First
Michael
of
B. Jordan. I'll say
fascism.
that.
And they really can't, like you pointed out, they really can't stop anything. So then I wondered to myself, why are you putting in so much effort to try to hurt children when they can go on TikTok? They can get it from the library. They can download anything onto their smartphone. So you're really putting in all this effort just to harm people,
Yep.
which really bothers me. Now, these are public officials. And the idea that they are publicly saying that their religion is what they're making their decisions on, not based on the position that they're holding, getting paid by tax dollars. I'm thinking someone should look into that and see if they're not violating any type of oath that they may have
I'm thinking
taken.
we need to vote them out. That's what we do.
Yeah.
I agree. And let's not even think about the fact that they said that there were other books that were banned and that were removed that were being a disturbance,
Right, right,
that were too woke. If you want to go there right now.
right.